Hello, everyone. It is so good to have you here. My name is Gemma Lonsdale. I am a prophet, a speaker, an author. I am here today to share with you two prophecies. One of them is a bit longer, one of them is a bit shorter. So I'm going to share something with you about President Trump, and I'm also going to share something with you in regards to a scandal that is going to happen in the southern states relating to a serial killer. Okay, so I have those two to share with you. Before I do get on to those, I have something else I wanted to share with you as well. Now, if you have watched my other content, you will be aware I never promote products. I'm not one of these people that comes on promoting everything that comes across my desk. I just don't believe in that. I really feel like I need to align with a company. And I have aligned with a company that had got in touch with me regarding their gemstone jewelry. And I wanted to actually share it with you. The reason that it had aligned with me, and I will tell you a little bit, I've got the photograph to share with you. They're based in Monterey Bay. They're called Otter Spirit, and their focus is on obviously creating wonderful, high quality gemstone jewelry and also donating $1 from every purchase to the conservation of sea otters. So it's organizations like Monterey Bay Aquarium and people like that who have a lot of effort going into the conservation of the sea otters. I hadn't realized sea otters were actually near extinction at one stage. So there's been a conservation effort to ensure their lifelong sort of journey. The reason that hit me so much and really resonated with me was, for one, they're actually giving back. They're not an organization who is just all about the profit. You know, they want to give back to the community and give back to the world, or the earth, but also actually ensure that they have like a really high quality product. So the first 2,000 customers of theirs give them a 4.9 out of 5 star rating. So it's really significant, you know, and so that really resonated with me. The second reason, well, the reason for me that it resonated was because actually I had went whenever I was 15 over to California. I'd went to San Francisco to spend the summer with my aunt, and we had went to a load of different places on the California coastline. And I can remember going to Monterey. I can remember going to the Bay. I remember having, like, we had photographs taken at Half Moon Bay. I can also remember going to Santa Cruz. So it was a place that is very close to my heart. And I've talked about this before, I got off the plane in San Francisco after traveling there by myself whenever I was 15, and I just felt like I was at home. I just felt instantly connected to San Francisco and to California and to that area of the US. It was my first trip ever to the US. And I had always thought that I would end up back there and back in California. And I know that this is an old photo. I've had to go through so many photos to try and find this, but this is a photo of 15-year-old me on the California coastline. I don't actually know where exactly this photo was taken, but it was with my cousin, who is the shorter ginger-haired guy next to me, and my aunt's partner at the time, Tom. So my aunt was obviously the one that was taking the photograph. And I wish that I had more photos. I don't know why I didn't have more photos than what I do, but that's why California is so important to me. Now, these products, Otter Spirit is on the cover, really high quality box. These are perfect for gifts, especially when we're coming up to Christmas. It's a magnetic box. Inside the box, there is a little inscription, and it says, "Each gemstone tells a unique story. Now it's time to write yours." Okay, and I've got a discount code as well to share with you guys. For every little gemstone that you buy, or each piece of jewelry that you buy, you get a little card with it that actually tells the person what it's about. There's like, this one is multi-Amazonite, and it's "I'm healing at my own pace," and it talks about, you know, how it's connected to the zodiac signs and things like that. I don't know loads and loads about crystals. I know a little bit about crystals. I know that there's certain crystals I've had in the past where I've been advised by God to get them because they will help protect me, or they'll help raise my vibration, or they'll help with my healing. Little pouch, little pouchy. And they come in different sizes, so you can get bigger crystals. I got little ones. So they come like this. They've got like, you're probably not going to see it. You might see it on the camera, like a little otter. Ah, it's a little otter's head, obviously part of their brand. So another really good thing about these bracelets, now, if you are somebody that has a chunkier wrist, so you could be a man, you could be a woman that is, just has a slightly heavier wrist. Bracelets sometimes when they're on, like, that stretchy feel, sometimes they're not comfortable because they can feel a bit tight. And actually, they actually come in different sizes. That's what I'm trying to say in short. They come in different sizes. So I know I'm ducking in and out. So they come in different sizes. So I think that I ordered the large or the extra large when it came to size. And they're so comfortable. Like, they're actually quite loose on my wrist, which is good. I quite like a loose bracelet, so I'm really pleased. But I got the small crystals so I could stack them and wear multiple ones together. But you could get bigger ones, you can get smaller ones, you could get big ones and little ones and stack them all together. Go and check them out. Their website, I'm going to link below. The discount code, you can get 15% off. No, it's not 15%, apologies. It's 20% off any purchase with Gemma20. Or if you spend over $99, you can get over 30% off with Gemma30. So I'm going to link those discount codes below. The company is called Otter Spirit. Go and check them out. And now let's get into the prophecies. Okay, so the first one that I wanted to talk about with you guys, the first prophecy, is in relation to the southern states. I'm not being told specifically where this is happening, apart from being told not Texas. Okay, so there's something where it's not Texas, but it's one of the southern states. Okay, and I have been told of a large scandal that is set to erupt, and it is in relation to someone who has almost been allowed to carry out a number of murders over a significant period of time, 10 plus years. Whenever I say that they've been allowed, I'm seeing someone that has been friends with people in police department and the sheriff's department, law enforcement, so close to law enforcement, so much that it's a bit of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and where they have maybe done things or things that have happened have been somebody has turned a blind eye in order for this to really get out of hand and for this to have allowed to happen. I'm also being told of a warehouse or a storage unit. And whenever I'm seeing this storage unit, there's a lot of tat in it, there's a lot of rubbish. And there was some awareness of this having existed, but nobody really paid any attention to it. I don't really understand that. It might understand, or it might make more sense as time progresses on. But this is someone who has left a trace of something. There's some sort of evidence in this storage unit or in this warehouse that has been overlooked because of the large amount of tat that is in there. So there's been something specific that has been held in there or contained in there that would give some sort of evidence or trail to what has happened and what this person has done. There is going to be a large scandal that erupts over this. I'm seeing heads from the police department rolling. So that to me tells me that people are going to be held to account here. There's going to be some sort of, I'm hearing inquest. So there's going to be some sort of inquiry into the conduct here of what has happened or into this as a whole. I'm seeing a large court case and I'm being told Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, and I'm seeing people watching it on television. So this is something that people will be able to probably connect with either online or through streaming services, for example. I'm also being shown this being on all of the news stations. This is something that is going to be a very, very large case, a landmark case. It's going to be in all of the TV stations. I'm seeing it being talked about on talk shows. I'm seeing it being talked about heavily in the news and different medias. Even across the world, I'm seeing it being on different, like in different states, in different countries, in different languages. I'm seeing people, I've just heard por favor. I'm seeing people even sitting in France and places like that watching this on their televisions. So this, it's just the image that's being portrayed to me here is of something that is large. And this person, it's not just about their killings and what they have done. There's been a large amount of fraud that has happened as well. And I'm also seeing them having harmed children in some way. So this seems to span out. It's not just about the murders. Although they're a serial killer, it's not just about the murders. So there's something really big that is coming here. Um, a large chase. Why have I just been shown that? I forgot to mention. Oh, fair enough. Okay, thank you. Um, I'm being shown a large chase. I'm seeing a helicopter in the sky, people on foot, police officers, lights. So I'm just given the sense of somebody being chased and tracked down in some regard, like a pursuit, a hot pursuit. So that I'm assuming will all make sense whenever this falls into position. But this isn't just your normal case that you would hear about in the news. This is really significant, and I'm being told that he will be up there with the greats. So if you can think of the different serial killers that we've had over the years, like Ted Bundy and all of these different people that almost are in the serial killer hall of fame, he'll be up there towards the top, is what I'm being told. Okay, so the message, the overall message as well that I was given about this whenever I was first told that this was set to happen was that the first of the Christmas stretch would be a very important time for this person. It wasn't confirmed whether it was this year, but the first of the Christmas stretch, which I'm assuming is the 1st of December, that is going to be a very, very important time period. And they will get caught. There is some sort of an incarceration on the cards. There is a large court case. People will be held to account, and this is going to allow for transformation. So, as much as there is terrible things that have happened here and people who have lost their lives, this tragic, it's travesty, I guess, is leaving space and creating the opportunity for the door to be opened towards a large scale change. People being held to account. There's a large amount of distrust I'm seeing coming about from the general population towards the police department and towards those in law enforcement. And there is just a lot of positive change that comes about from this is what I'm being shown, okay? And God is always watching. And if you don't resonate with the term God, you might say a source or the universe or, a higher power, whatever you call that, you use your own term there. But there is something greater than us that is coming into effect that is going to be making sure that all of these things that people have kept hidden, the fraudulent activity, whether they're a politician or not. I know I talk a lot about politics. Fraudulent activity, wrongdoings on a large scale are all coming up to the surface. And we're being encouraged to face our own demons as well and to consider where we can improve in our day-to-day lives and where we need to be held to account. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that you're going to end up on the TV or the news and, being dragged into court. But if people have been consistently doing wrongdoings on a large scale, then there is always a chance that that is going to happen, like in this case. Okay, so we've got that on the cards. First of the Christmas stretch, I've interpreted it as December. I don't know if it's this year or not, but that is something that is set to come about. And it's something that you won't miss. You won't be thinking to yourself, God, is this it? Is this what Gemma was talking about? Is this the serial killer? This is a real landmark case where large scale change is coming about. Okay. The second one that I wanted to talk to you about, and I have been told specifically not to over interpret this. When it comes to Donald Trump, President Trump, I'm seeing him being carried out of the White House against his wishes. He's being escorted out of the White House against his wishes. I have been told not to put any other interpretation or to try and interpret that or to understand that. All I've been asked to do is give the message there, give the word across. So I will leave that with you. You can come back and it will make sense whenever it has come to pass. Okay. So I will leave you with both of those. It has been great to be here. If you want, you can purchase my book on Amazon. So it is Wisdom Proverbs for today. And some people do it as like a daily reflection. It's just like wisdom and guidance from a higher power that can really help change your perception on life and can help you have a larger amount of wisdom. And I don't know, it's like a little book of comfort, I think would be a really good way to describe it. I would sometimes sit and read it. I know I wrote it. I would sometimes sit and read it as well. And I still feel inspired whenever I read back on it. So you can pick that up on Amazon. I'll make sure all the links are below. And I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, post massive amounts at the minute, but that will change as my health continues to improve. So you can find me there. And I also write on Substack once a week as well. Okay. So it has been great to have you. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video if you have enjoyed my content, and check out the lovely little gemstone bracelets from Otter Spirit.